Hi, everyone. I am AJ Brockman, the NIA Energy Advisor's Content Marketing Manager. And for today's 2-Minute Tuesday, we're going to be talking with Senior Energy Advisor Calvin Cornish. With the effects of COVID-19 and everything else that's going on right now, suppliers are starting to offer the fixed all-in product less frequently. And so today, Calvin and I are going to talk about a product that is a good alternative to fixed all-in. Okay, so Calvin, what exactly is a pass-through cap and trans product, and how is that different from fixed all-in?
Well, with a fixed all-in product, you've got one set rate for all of your energy components, but your entire energy supply cost is actually made up of several different components besides just the energy. The energy is maybe 50–60% of that total cost. So when you start to break those pieces apart, you take capacity and transmission because they're demand-based charges, and just pass those through at the actual realized cost.
Okay. And can you go into a little bit more detail about what exactly capacity and transmission are?
Absolutely. So capacity and transmission are dollars that are collected to incentivize the generation of electricity and taking care of the network, and they're demand-based charges, which basically means they're based on your peak load usage over time as opposed to how much you're using every day. So the way I like to describe it, you think of $10 a day versus 2 cents a kilowatt hour.
Okay. So from a risk perspective, obviously fixed all-in, having all of your components locked under one rate is offers you the most budget stability. Where on that risk spectrum does a pass-through product fall?
Well, when you're passing through just capacity and transmission, it's only slightly more risk than a fixed all-in product because those charges, as we mentioned, they're kind of flat dollar per day charges. They don't change, and so we're able to predict them with a lot of accuracy for the upcoming year. They change more on an annual basis than, for example, energy supply, which changes on an hourly basis.
Okay, so it still gives you that budget stability that you're looking for without having those demand charges as part of your fixed rate.
Yes, and in a lot of cases, some cases, it's almost more budget stability because when you lock it in as part of the all-in rate, then your entire rate is affected by your usage. So it's going to vary over that, and you can't control that. When you pull out capacity and transmission, they're no longer a factor of your usage, and so those costs are actually going to be more dead on with the predicted calculations.
Gotcha. Okay, so besides added budget stability, how does a pass-through cap and trans product benefit the clients who choose to use it?
Well, one of the benefits of passing through those demand-based charges is that they potentially can go down over time. If you improve your efficiency by doing a lighting project, for example, or in some other way reducing your peak load, you then, for the following year, will realize a lower peak load factor, and that factor is what is multiplied by the capacity rate. So you can reduce those costs over time by improving your efficiency.
And are there any drawbacks to this product type?
Well, there's obviously the flip side of that coin is if your efficiency was to decrease over time, there is the potential for that to go up. And as we mentioned, the rates are less fluctuating for capacity, but they do change on an annual basis. So there's a different rate for each year. Historically, especially like in the ComEd market, for example, those rates are known up to 3 years in advance. So we do still have a lot of stability there, but that is something that, that can change over time. And so we can potentially see a different rate in a year or two.
Okay, and then finally, is there any customer type that you would recommend a pass-through cap and trans product more over the others?
I'd have to say that customers with a very predictable load like a residential building or an office building that is less manufacturing based, right? That's a good client to definitely pass those through, and who are very budget certain, looking for a high level of budget stability, like schools, where they want to take as much of it as possible, make it not fluctuate, be able to predict those costs. I think those are the best clients for that. A manufacturing facility or someplace that has a lot of variation in their usage may have changing peak loads and may need a little more attention. They may actually want to go with a more of a pass-through product to give themselves more flexibility to match up with their actual needs.
Gotcha. Well, thank you very much, Calvin, for all of the great information. And thank you to all of you for tuning in for our 2-Minute Tuesday today. If you have any questions about pass-through product or any other product type, feel free to reach out to us and let us know. And if you found this video helpful, please like, comment, or share below.